The economy ain't doing no good either.
Shalom, shalom. We are the sons of Yasharahla. Yasharahla is Israel in the Lashon Kodash, the holy tongue. Hebrew, the pure Hebrew. All right. I'm out here in Colorado Springs, Colorado. First and foremost, we want to give all praises unto our Father, Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahweh Shai, Ba'asham, Rakah, Quadash. Giving double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations into the whole elect scattered abroad. All right. We're going to get straight into it. As y'all see the topic, today is, Mother's Day. Another big trend thing going on right now is, the Roe versus Wade with the, so-called abortion rights. And really what's happening behind that going into this, cashless society and the famines that's about to come. So there's a couple topics to roll through on, you know what I mean? Because Yahushua does tell us to watch and pray. And in the book of Sirach, it says to occupy in the prophecies. All right? So, first and foremost, what is that? Exodus 12? No. Exodus 5th. No. Exodus 20. Exodus 20, chapter 12. And it reads, honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which Yahweh thy power giveth thee. So you're supposed to honor our father and our mother, which is a commandment, and not hypocritically put on Front Street on social media as if, you what's the name, have some type of relationship with them. Because it's crazy today. I went into the word honor, right? And it goes into, it's double-sided on a negative polarization, on the positive polarization. But it means burdensome or to be heavy, right? So on the positive side, when it says honor thy mother and thy father, it means basically to cast a burden upon yourselves of your physical parents, meaning if they tell you to do something, and of course if it's lawful, what do? You do it, man. Your mother, your father needs help. Maybe, I don't know, if you transporting them in a car somewhere, they need to make an appointment, or whatever it may be, man. All right, the Most High has given them to be your guardians, because we're really our owner, right, is Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. All right, but through procreation, right, they're like the in a co-parenting situation with the Father. There are physical beings, but we are not these bodies. We are the spirit in these bodies. Because once you realize that I heard some, but I ain't seen no.
BB's is over there.
It's over there? Hell yeah, so.
Can't aim for shit because it's stupid.
Yeah, because Jake,
that shit is felony. That's felony.
Yeah.
Decided to call the police or something. Mm-hmm. That nigga go to jail for something. That's some ignorant shit to be doing, man.
No, that's a fact. Well,
and if we was on some real good nigga shit, he's lucky we didn't blast.
You don't know what niggas got on home, bro.
Like when we were standing over here with real.
Yeah, facts. I wanted to bring out something on that because Yahushua himself said, Matthew chapter 5 verse 10, blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Yeah. All right, so you want to drive down and then shoot at us with some pellet gun, all right, which could cause us physical harm, which the book in Romans says that to present yourselves as a living sacrifice, man. Okay, and them that shall not be able to bear my cross, roughly paraphrasing, can't follow me. Cross meaning exposure to death, man. So, if that was real or whatever, we know that things like that can happen, shootouts and this and that, but what are we doing? We out here spreading the gospel, all right, to you so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, man, all right, which are the children of Israel.
The worst part of that to me really is we getting on honor and speak up for this, honor your parents or to honor the Lord, and you got Jake riding by shooting at the niggas, bro.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? That's the state of you niggas right now, man. When judgment does come upon you in these coming days, remember that you was doing shit like that.
Right. Yeah, man. Right. Them NATO troops, they actually train with them weapons, bro.
That's crazy. I didn't even know that. That's crazy.
They're gonna hit your ass.
Yeah, straight up.
2/3 niggas that want to play games, but you won't do that to the cops. You ain't gonna do that to the white man. What?
It's funny because
that shit gonna turn around.
Yeah, it's gonna turn around. That's a fact. And it's crazy because
you messing with niggas that is literally the most peaceable people on earth, teaching the scriptures with no weapons.
Right. So, and then we gonna get into that when we start getting into this famine and the cashless society that's about to come into. But to rear back real quick back into the this whole fake Mother's Day thing, all right? Because when you look up the origin of Mother's Day, it's a pagan practice that was adopted by Christianity, okay, which was the worship of the ancient gods of Greece and Rome, of Cybele and Rhea, which were the mother of gods or the mother goddesses, all right? Which there is no God beside him, that speaks pursuant to the book of Isaiah. Yahweh is
by himself.
By himself, man. He has no consort or counterpart of a feminine under nature.
Well, there is a throne to his right side, but who's his son? Yahweh Shai is his son, not no female, man.
That's right. You know what I'm saying? And they're two different entities. You see what I'm saying? And he's what? Also a man as well. Or his spirit came, and the word became flesh.
Right.
He's and he's ain't coming back as a man.
Oh, man. He wanted to understand bad, but
yeah, you can't. You can tell,
but he couldn't.
Yeah, he saw, man, completely red. Look, the sun's out. Dude look like Mr. Krabs from SpongeBob. Man.
Well, really, it's not that hot. It's a comfortable day for Jake.
But sometimes, when they pure blood Esau like that, you feel me? It don't even have to be cold. They just red like a lobster. Yeah, they just like that. That blood just showed through the skin.
That cold things like that too.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I mean, a lot of brothers remember that Tom Coughlin in 2004 when they was in Green Bay, and it was freezing, and he was cherry red the whole time. He was cherry red.
Right.
But
was that when they played the Raiders?
They played the Packers.
Oh, okay.
In Green Bay.
Okay.
And yeah, everything was frozen, and he was there on the sideline, and his skin matched that same red the Giants had.
So we're not supposed to honor thy father and thy mother, and that goes back to Exodus 20, just jumping up a little bit, verse 3. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. See, you're not supposed to be worshiping, your mother, all right? Your physical, mother, your physical father, man. And any man above who has created you, man, which is Yahweh. Right? So, this whole Happy Mother's Day, this and that, and the third, it's off, man. And then when you really get down into it, it's used as a economic stimulus, man.
Yeah.
To stimulate the Babylonian economy, man. It's crazy. Y'all, Glenn Beck?
Yeah.
Right? He posted like 30 minutes ago, I'm tired of this Mother's Day. I didn't even watch it, but I was seeing the subtitles. When you scroll down, you can see them, YouTube does a subtitle. And he was like, I'm tired of the guilt. You get older, you have kids, you got grandkids, and it seems like every month there's some new celebration for this and for that. You know what I mean? And I'm like, even Esau tired of these bum-ass fucking holidays, man.
Well, really, it's just, what is it, to stimulate the department stores and the restaurants.
Yeah. And Glenn Beck been known, for a good while that these Edomites is off. Because he was one of the first ones to really acknowledge a lot of the atrocities, like on an open platform, out in front of everybody, which is really why he is gone from Fox News.
Right, because he was talking about Gad being
because of all them years ago, he exposed the atrocities that happened to Gad, and really how they they've been known that they belong to the tribes and this and that. He was saying too much, so they got his ass off the TV quick.
They said, you did too much cocaine before this episode.
Yeah.
That's really what it was.
He knew about the secret societies and about the presidents being involved and all that, and they got that nigga off TV fast.
Quick.
So I got something, because this Mother's Day spirit, or should I say Queen of Heaven worship, is nothing new amongst Jake, man. All right? Jake constantly want to worship the pussy, man. Want to worship the woman. All right? Going into worshiping sex, going in the left-hand side, sex magic, orgies, all right? Frivolous movements, wanton, undisciplined. You see what I'm saying? To the black woman is God and all this dumb shit. You see what I'm saying? Which is completely off and contrary to the scriptures, man.
Well, they hypocrites. The black woman's God till they get one pregnant and they on child support.
Right.
They just fuck that bitch.
Because Jake would be running from them hoes once they done later in the sea. But
so she God till she get pregnant.
Then they want to get. And that's funny you say that too, because like I was reading, you got this whole Mother's Day spirit that's on the earth today. Everybody ran to get flowers or decorative setup for their wife or their woman or their mother or the mother of their kids, even in some forms. But on Thursday there was a whole like fuck these kids spirit.
And we were talking about that before, kid. If you can bring out do not pass your sons and daughters through the fire.
Yeah, I got you.
Molech, because Molech is an Ammonite god. I said Canaanite in one of my last videos, so I'm just correcting myself now. But either way, all right. And that actually spiritual, that it's an Ammonite god, because Ammon is your so-called Japanese, and Japanese, I think for like 5 years now, have been having like a negative birth rate, man.
Yeah, no, they have.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, really, all the heathen.
Well, yeah, actually, most of their population is older folks right now.
Yeah, because they're not having, and because they worship the money. You see what I'm saying? Because because look at the technology, the cars, and everything. Tokyo. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Due to the fact that if you remember for almost 30, 40 years, if you had like, what was it, more than two kids?
Yeah, they got
that was in China mainly.
Moab and Ammon.
Yeah, they do the same shit.
They got a lot of the same issues because they was doing that shit. They don't have enough women for all the men, so they got like outrageous homosexual problems, and they got problems with.
They're kidnapping bitches in Pakistan and bringing them as like war brides. Right now.
Yeah, because they ain't got enough women. They said basically a whole generation of men are gonna grow up without. It's all
the rural ones that don't live in the city, in the big tech firm, law firm area. That's the lower class.
They said you're gonna spend your whole life basically not even seeing a bitch because of how disproportionate their numbers are.
Well, you could buy one in the land of Moab, right? But the dowry's $150,000.
Right.
So if you're a rural farmer, y'all family probably don't even make that in a year.
Right.
So you're not gonna be able to procreate, carry on that line. But I got that for you, Leviticus.
Bring it out.
This is Leviticus 18:21. It says, "And thou shalt not let any." I'll read it again. And it says, "And thou shalt not let any of thy seed pass through the fire of Molech, neither shalt thou profane the name of thy power. I am the Lord."
Right. So when you go into the history, because just like the apostles say, in order to understand the mystery, you have to know the history. All right. So they actually had a big ass golden ox head that was full of gold with its hands out, and then there was a bonfire under the hands, and the heat would, because gold, it doesn't perish. It would just basically it would get hot to the point where it's golden red or blue or some shit like that.
They actually have it in the movie Year One with Jack Black and all those other Edomite, Amalekite comedians. Exactly how you described it, bro.
Right. So they would have a line based on one of the holy days for Molech, and a lot of people that is worshiping this father god of fortune, things of that nature, right? And they would take their newborn baby, because remember these was poor people, and they like, I don't know how I'm going to feed, because they have no faith, really, because they're heathen. in the Most High to provide.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Jehovah Jireh, Yahweh, Yasharahla, right? So they would walk in the line and take their baby and do some type of prayer ritual in their language and put the baby on top of the hands, and the baby is literally screaming until it dies because of the third degree burn, first whatever burns.
That fervent heat.
You fervent heat, and then it burns that baby to a crisp, and they're praying to that ox, basically to give them more money. So when we relate this to modern times, all right, what is the main reason why the nigga woman, Keisha, and really all women, Eve, really, but primarily, the Southern Kingdom women, why do they go and get abortions? All right, and because they haven't done the monetary or financial or taken trips and vacations, which all goes back to finances and money. So they're worshiping and looking at the money like, I would have to spend all of this on this burden of a baby. So let me just kill the baby, you feel me? Because I'm in college, I have to take out 2 semesters of maternity leave. But by 24, I want to make a trip to the Dominican Republic, or I'm trying to be CEO of this startup. But you see what I'm saying?
And really, it's because they don't want to get off the CC, and they know that's the number one thing. The first thing the baby gonna do is get you off that CC.
Well,
slightly, it's gonna slow you down.
Yeah,
but they don't even want to slow down.
Yeah, nah.
A lot of them don't. And like
especially
you
college age.
Yeah. No, that's what I was just gonna say. Like you said, these women that are of birthing age, so to speak, they be the worst culprits, man. And they be the ones that
right.
They're of prime age to have children and continue to, or have a few and they're at that age, man. They be the ones defiling themselves the most.
It's like 9th grade to like 23, 24.
Yeah, time. Yeah, and they're the ones that commit the most. And I can honestly say too, like, it is Jake women that's doing it the most. Yeah, because I was just yesterday. I was with some co-workers for like a little bit, and we was doing something, and it was this Jake chick, man, Ephraimite chick from back east. She was out from, I think she was from Jersey or something. And I ain't gonna lie, man, she was fine as hell, like fine as hell. But the minute she started talking, she had a couple kids. But the minute she started talking, I was like, man, I see why niggas is running from you, but flat out. But her mentality was all about her. It wasn't about what she could offer to somebody else. It was all about me. Give, take, consume. And I was like, well, shit, you alone.
Hey, well, that's that new thing the Most High created.
Yeah,
women's gonna pass it around
some shit like
shit.
that.
Even when we was youngsters, girls used to get all into you and shit, like 90s, early 2000s. Now, it's all about, what are you gonna do for me? So-and-so's gonna take me out and spend this on me and da-da-da-da-da.
That shit only happens at the White House, bro. I'm telling you. And they be the ones that, I ain't even gonna front. They be the ones that be like, I don't even care. I ain't trying to pay on child support.
Yeah.
Give me that baby.
I got a quick script real quick. This is 1 Timothy chapter 5, verse 6. But she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth.
I love that one. Yeah.
All right, because you passing your sons and daughters through the fire is you living in pleasure, because a baby is going to take away from that pleasure. You see what I'm saying? I behoove y'all, right? If any Aquath is watching or whoever, right? That to watch a video. There's the one I was talking about before came on YouTube of the stages of how abortion actually goes through, and it was a cartoon, and less than 8 weeks, and then from like this first trimester all the way later, and how the different abortion procedures had to be, because the baby's getting bigger and bigger,
right?
And it gets more gory and gory, man.
Yeah.
And this doctor was like, he did 1,200 abortions in the beginning of his career, and he stopped because he was doing it for money. And he said it doesn't matter if the baby is, this big as your hand, or this big or this big. It's still, you see what I'm saying, is a baby. It's a life form. Yeah. People want to call it a clump of cells and shit. Nah, man. You see what I'm saying? You could, the ones that when it's very young, low abortion, and you take the pills in order to block the walls of the uterus lining or whatever, and it comes out, All right, they not shit it out, but it comes like it's like they on a toilet and come out, and they said that you can literally see the 5 fingers and 5 toes even when the baby's this big, man. So what type of atrocities and mental fuck are you as a woman? You see what I'm saying? To go through that shit rather than keeping yourself a continent, because going into y'all are being incontinent, which means a lack of restraint of keeping the bodily fluids. That can go into like older women that got to wear the diapers and shit, but it's also going into either men can't keep their semen in them, fucking too much shit, or women just can't opening their legs.
And well, really, everything should be done decently in order. It's too many bitches out here having sex that ain't ready to be mothers, and really, to be truthful, it's too many niggas out here fucking that ain't ready to be daddies, man. You see what I'm saying? Y'all niggas should be. All wrong, you see what I'm saying? Because the Most High is what? Not at the forefront of their life, man.
Right. Can you get?
You ain't thinking like, oh well, the Most High could do this to me, could do this to the kid, he could do that.
Right.
Maybe let me hold off. Let me not fuck this bitch, man.
And there's an order to it. I mean, Moses gave us we're in a position of deep, what would you call it, subjection right now. Underneath Esau, and that suggestion to only deal with what you can handle. Yeah. Oh, Jake don't ever adhere to that, man.
Yeah, because Jake, they want to be a king here in hell. Yep. That's the thing. But the elders went into it a couple months ago. Really, well, in the kingdom, when everything is righteous, you're supposed to give your daughter to a man who's already set up, who's already wise in his wisdom. You see what I'm saying? Not just some little fucking fuck nigga who's horny. You gotta let him build up.
Well, not because just we in the same chapter, right? If I go down a little bit, it goes on to say, well, I'll read verse 8. But if any provide not for his own, especially for those of his own house, he hath denied the faith and is worse than an infidel. Infidel means, outside of the faith. You know what I mean? So you got to take care of your kids, man. Right. So if the Most High, even if you so-called not prepared financially, we all not really prepared financially.
Right.
The Most High don't want us to be comfortable because this is not our rest, and we're under the curses. Right. We're the tail, they're the head. They lend unto us, we borrow from them. Right. All right? When you go into that word credit, I looked it up in the etymology. It literally means to belief or faith. Yeah. Right? So this is a faith system, which is all for debt and vanity and fake riches, so on and so forth. But to continue on, the point is in verse 11. But the younger widows refuse, for when they have begun to wax wanton against Yahushua, they will marry, having damnation, because they have cast off their first faith, and withal they learn to be idle, wandering about from house to house, and not only idle, but tattlers also, and busybodies, speaking things which they ought not. This is the point, 14. I will therefore that the younger women marry, bear children. So wait, it didn't say kill your children. It said bear children, man. So if you young, it's okay to have sex with one man and produce children through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, all right? And have faith even if you're struggling to try to rear up those children in the law, statute, commandments of the Most High.
That's the proper order. Mm-hmm. If you receive the seed from the man, you're supposed to go through that process, and the Lord allows you all those things to go through, and you give birth. Man, that's the order of things. That's the natural order.
But see, that Most High created that new thing where a woman can compass a man, and when you go in to compass, it means to turn away as well. So, hey, nigga, you ain't making enough money, I'm out of here. Now you want child support, I'm going to try to find another baby daddy, and it causes what? Confusion.
And they go straight to the serpent.
Straight to the serpent.
Where they be like, look, Eve's still going to the serpent, man. Where they'll go to the serpent and either get the child put through that fire to try and continue to get those monetary pleasures, or like you said, they'll take the kid and use it as a weapon to get monetary gain. So, Eve going off, man, still to this day.
That's why I say blessed are the barren, because this ain't the time. But really, you don't want to have 12 kids right now.
Back to the point, it just goes to show you that Mother's Day shit is just a ploy. Because how you switch up the whole continents in a matter of what, 48 hours?
Literally 48 hours. You literally had everybody. Nah, what if we get raped or incest or kill your babies? We should don't. Why y'all obsessed with women's bodies? Oh my God. You know, if we should be able to kill a baby, you feel me? And then next thing you know,
if that's the case, then you should be able to put Jake on child support. if a nigga ain't got no say so, right?
And then 48 hours later, oh, mother. So praise the mother. You know, happy Mother's Day. So what if your mother aborted your ass with your same beliefs?
Right.
You feel me? When she was young. Because most of y'all mothers, especially back then, had y'all younger, man.
Yeah.
You know?
I had
and your grandma's too. Oh, shit.
Yeah, my grandmother.
Yeah, you was 1 year out of high school,
on my mother's side.
Barely out of high school.
My great-grandmother had my grandmother at 16. My grandmother had my mother, which is the firstborn, at 18. My mother had me at 27. You see what I'm saying? But look, my mother was the first one to go to college, right? So you put your career. Oh, my great-grandmother had about 5 children. My grandmother had about 5 children. My mother only had 2 children. But the scriptures do say to be fruitful and multiply.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So when you are a career-minded woman, what's the most likely thing to happen? You're going to push your natural feminine energy to the side and uplift your masculine energy, trying to make money, trying to be this and do this. You know what I'm saying? I'm not knocking my mother, but the truth is the truth.
Which like what you really just did with, I don't even know if you noticed, was you gave kind of the timeline as well, where women from aforetime weren't that. They didn't have that double-minded spirit. They were more family-oriented, even though maybe it wasn't of a absolute scriptural mind frame. They were still putting their family first. They was still homemaking. Whereas, like the brother mentioned now, though, flash forward 2 generations, and you got women putting their family on the back burner for their career and their own aspirations. Well,
that's the spirit, because, hey, my mom had me at 18, and my little sisters, they're like, no, I'm finishing college first. And My sister's like, I want to have 2 houses before I'm 25. Man, I'm just like, damn.
I mean, like, if you look at just me, I was my mother's firstborn.
Yeah. And
then if you look at my mother's her youngest children, the 2 twins are set up way better than I ever was. But it's a generational type of thing. Like they, like for my mother at the time that she, like this brother said, women are doing that. Yeah, women are doing that later and later in life. Now you got women that are 35, 36, trying to circle back and have kids now, and that's the spirit, my baby mama. Man, that's the world we live in, bro.
If you could get 1 Corinthians chapter 7, it start at 20, and Babu Kashar, if you could get where is it?
7 and 20.
Where matter of fact that Baron, that what you just said, because that would be a good script. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna read this is 2nd Esdras chapter 16, and it read starting at verse 40. Oh my people, hear my word. Who is the Most High's people? The Israelites.
Right.
So what are we supposed to do? Hear my word. Why did Yahawashi say in Revelation chapter 13, verse 9, for those who have an ear, let him hear. Let him hear what? This Bible, this truth, and this true doctrine. Right? Make you ready to the battle. And in those evils, be even as pilgrims upon the earth. Because we coming into a time where that, is going to come. Verse 41, he that selleth, let him buy as he that fleeth away. That's the similarity. That's basically what I'm trying to get into right there. And he that buyeth as one that will lose, and he that occupieth merchandise as he that hath no profit by it, and he that buildeth as he that shall not dwell therein, he that soweth as if he should not reap, so also he that planteth the vineyard as he that shall not gather the grapes. Verse 44, the point. They that marry as they that shall get no children, and they that marry not as the widowers. And therefore they that labor in vain. For strangers shall reap their fruits, and spoil their goods, overthrow their houses, and take their children captives. For in captivity and famine shall they get children. You see, so we coming into a time where people gonna be running to your cribs, raping your children, killing your children, using them for food, taking them to concentration camps.
Right.
You see, taking and doing the same thing
With
to
the
you.
women.
You know what I mean? You're going to beget children. You're not going to be able to pay for food to eat. We're already seeing a baby formula shortage.
I was just going to say, did we not, didn't I send that video to you last week about how the
So really, they're
Ukrainians
just
are
going back
complaining
into they right
about
Edomite
the
spirit.
Russians and the Chinese doing this
already? Ravishing the boys and all of that.
Ravishing fucking the men and everything else.
Really, Esau's just going back to that right Edomite spirit that he had when we was in that transatlantic slave trade. Because he was doing the same shit.
Right.
Literally the same shit.
Yeah.
And then,
Starving Jake out, raping the women, raping the little boys, buck breaking Big Jake.
I know this
At
might be
gunpoint.
a little bit off topic too, but I was watching, I wanted to make mention of this at least while we were out here before I forgot. But I was watching the Vice News today. I watch Vice every now and then because sometimes they'll have some fairly informational things. This one in particular was speaking about the status of the Middle East right now and how we left it in such a state
Shambles
of chaos that it's rising back up, and it's they got this heavy murder American spirit now that
even
we
more
left
so
back over there. That's even more so, than it was before.
Like they'll have the American flag, right? Death to America,
because
and Israel.
like we was the great Satan here in Babylon, but now, boy,
this is how it is though.
They're like, somebody show me a nuke.
This is what they was basically saying, man. That we oppressed them for like the better part of what 35 years.
Well, yeah, if you count the Russians over there in Afghanistan,
So
it's been about 40 years.
There was young children that grew up, that have grown up now amongst like hardened militants. So their whole mentality is just like, we're talking.
Nigga, I have that's what they teach them. I have nothing to live for. I'd rather die for Allah. You see what I'm saying?
They was
They'll tell you that. I don't have nothing here.
Yeah.
You get to go home. Look what you have in America.
There was interviewing.
I would die for this shit, bro.
This little kid was riders like.
That's why that Russian admiral was right. You can't fight an ideology.
Yeah, well, they did say in the scriptures, the prophets, the spirit of Yahweh, that Ishmael shall be a wild man.
Right.
All right. So that's wild, man.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
And it's funny because not all of them, a lot of them actually have, remember the 12 princes Ishmael had? They're rich ass motherfuckers.
Yeah.
them Arab niggas.
Well, look at the Saudis.
Yeah.
No, they got some loot out there.
And a lot of they their swordsmen, the people that guard shit, they look like almost Jake, dark skin, low cut, beards on their face, waves in their hair with a big saber sword, the curved shit, like some out of Persia. You know what I mean?
Scimitar.
Yeah, scimitar.
Scimitar.
Hell yeah. You know what I mean? So,
Make
but
that bitch start spinning.
That shit cut heads off.
Yeah,
hell yeah,
dude.
it's quick, sharp.
It's a limb removal. That's what it's all about.
I'm gonna finish these two precepts, and then one of y'all could get on.
Yeah, I got that for you, the Blessed Baron.
So back in 2nd Ezra 16, starting at verse 47, and they that occupy their merchandise with robbery, the more they deck their cities, their houses, their possessions, and their own persons, the more will I be angry with them for their sin, saith Yahweh. Sin is the transgression of the law. You see, so you keep transgressing the law, you are getting, the Most High is going to be more angry with you. We are going to go off. Yes, we're not saved by the law, but we establish it and we rehearse these righteous acts, man, because we have faith in Yahweh Shai of what he did on the cross, man. You see what I'm saying? For his people. Right. Anyway.
And we fear the Heavenly Father.
And we fear the Heavenly Father. You see what I'm saying? A healthy fear, which is the whole duty of man. Fear the Lord, keep his commandments, right? But that's pretty much on that. So if one of y'all want to get into,
this is that 1 Corinthians 7 and 20. And it reads like
where the fashion passage made somewhere around.
So this was this is with the unmarried.
Yeah, keep going down. It's that same chapter 7.
It's a little further down. Okay. Yeah, I think it's down there. It's like 30 through. I started like 30.
There should be a 31.
Yeah, started around 30 there. Salakia, this is 1 Corinthians 7 with 30, and it reads, and they that weep as though they wept not, and they that rejoice as they rejoice not, and they that buy they were possessed not, and they that use the word as not abusing it, the world, and they that use the world as not abusing it, for the fashion of this world passeth away. But I would have you without carefulness. He that is unmarried careth for the things that belong to Yahweh. How he may please Yahweh, but he that is married careth for the things that are of the world, he that may please his wife.
Right. So you see, when you go into the scriptures, there's 3 categories of the woman. All right, wives, concubines, and harlots. So all women, you're either one of those. All right, or going to be.
Well, we had that conversation. Most of them,
yeah,
you fall in one category.
And to keep it real, yeah. Well, the scriptures say, "Thy wife shall be a harlot in the city."
Right.
So our women are really harlot. A harlot is an ancient term, or King's English term of a hoe.
Yeah.
Prostitute, a thought, strag.
Yeah.
Right. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So, and a concubine is a lesser wife of another nation. And a wife is really a woman of your nation that you took her virginity. So if she's technically not yours, if she's not a virgin,
right?
Her hymen has been popped. All right. So when it says, that's why it's like the father's like, yo, yeah, you can deal with a woman, but your attention shouldn't be on no woman. It's too much. Yeah, it's too much distraction. The Most High in the Book of Psalms said He'll give thee the desires of thy heart. He knows that the woman is the glory of the man, and when we get right, then they gonna get right. That's why I said thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power, man. When all hell breaks loose and He puts that spirit of judgment and burning, like He talks about in Isaiah 4, chapter 4, verse 4. All right, and they shall be beautiful and glorious. To them remaining in Jerusalem, when I shall have washed the daughters of Zion with the spirit of burning and judgment. That's meaning when He humbles these women, right? And they're going to be in a beautiful estate.
That's deep. Instead of that spirit,
like what you just said, they're not going to get in that spirit by themselves.
Hell no.
In no way.
It's going to be taken by spiritual force and power, man.
Most outside of bitch's head. Let's be real.
You know what I mean? When these women that are meant to be alive, and she starts seeing 2/3 women that is getting gang raped or getting their heads chopped off, a shot execution style in the face, she gonna be like, oh shit, I need to find me a man of the Lord, because the scriptures say,
so that I was making to scare and intimidate people, they don't care. That shit ain't gonna work one day, like I just said. Because Keisha will walk into McDonald's and hop the counter and start slapping
and try to fight everybody.
Right. Yeah, like acting.
But when it starts happening to you, when they start dragging you out the bed with your stupid shower cap on still, with your bonnet on still.
That's why the scripture
call
y'all ostriches, man. Right. Deprive you of wisdom and understanding, man. That is not a wise thing to do, to be doing no shit like that. That's like me, right? You an MMA fighter. I don't know how to fight, and I'm like, nigga, what's up? Yeah. Let me see what you. Throw your dukes up. Let's get it rocking.
And you see that happen on YouTube.
So
and you see
this. You see the outcome.
This man is literally
head kick.
More equipped to do damage to you. So you as a woman, when the scriptures call you the weaker vessel, why are you trying to challenge and contend with the stronger vessel, man? Right? Slapping up your man. What you gonna do, nigga? Yeah, nigga. Call the cops, nigga. Right. You ain't gonna do shit, nigga. Right. I'll send you to jail. What?
And that spirit's heavy too.
They rely on that so-called chivalrous spirit, but for a few years now, what everybody been saying, chivalry's dead. Yeah. So you about to see that. Yeah. You about to see that men come to that agreement, like, hey, ain't no police. Hey, these hoes fair game.
They think niggas is weirdos now, perverts now. Yeah. Wait till JT come through. Oh, they stalking you, like looking at you like a gazelle in the Congo jungle, and he a fucking hungry lion that ain't ate for 2 months, man.
It's niggas that was doing that. It's niggas doing that long before JT.
Yeah.
Wait until You know, this nigga.
Yeah, look how many rapists and so on in the system.
There's some of these niggas right now
Look,
that don't
so just
care
imagine
about
the motherfucker that's been
protection.
Look,
barely holding
look,
on.
when we was young, we always heard about like serial killers.
Yeah.
In the last maybe 20 years, it was about war on Afghanistan, this and that. We ain't hear really of no serial killers. You think that, they just stopped being serial killers?
Just disappeared?
No. They went underground, so to speak, or it wasn't newsworthy to the mainstream, the elite through the mainstream media. But when JT come about, trust and believe.
Hey,
that serial killer, I'm a beat you bloody, and then while with one eye with blood in it, he gonna fuck you. And I'm just, and not to be on no real.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? But
they make movies like that.
But really,
wait,
it's a left-hand side spirit from the Heavenly Father, so he controls it.
The scriptures say, "Thine heart shall meditate on terror," man, and that's a terrible thing. Man.
That's a terrible thing.
You see what I'm saying? So if your mind is meditating on what could possibly come, it says a prudent man foreseeth evil and hideth himself, man. And a woman, right? And what does it say in Isaiah? A man shall be a hiding place from the wind. So if you're a prudent woman, you should be getting with a man of the Lord, man, and not caring what women that he's dealing with, man. All right?
I mean, how much money he make, all this, that, the third.
Yeah.
Right. Like I listened to Maria say yesterday, and all I could think to myself was, man, this bitch gonna get 100 rods. It's gonna be 100 rods in this bitch mouth on that day. That's all I could think to myself. And she was sitting there like, I can't find no nigga. No, any nigga would run off with this chick. She looked that good, but it was her mouth. Like
when
her mentality was.
I think it was GMS Get That Work, right? He reposted old Elder Malcolm video, and I think I seen that when I first came into the truth because it just reminded me. Because that's when Elder Malcolm used to do videos, and he was a little roll with it. So man, he was like, hey, it's gonna be bad for y'all pretty bitches.
Yeah.
Y'all pretty bitches gonna be number one targets. Hey, don't get mad at yo. So I was saying that
it still applies.
Yeah,
it's just the same.
You know,
ain't nothing changed. Ain't nothing new.
Hey man, so and that's why this has been a heavy thing right now. Y'all don't understand. If y'all not watching and praying, the world stage, they are purposely besieging the city, weaponizing food, all right, in order to bring chaos in the streets, which likely to seem this summer. Through the spirit, I speak as a man. Yeah, me and the brother, the Aki, have been talking about it. It's looking like a violent mass protesting, rioting summer.
The summer,
you know what I mean?
They want that summer of 2020. They want that George Floyd shit.
Yeah,
right? Well, now that they're ready.
But not fueled by racial, fueled by hunger.
Right.
You know,
that's more desperate.
Yeah, beastie.
I just did a video on that thing you posted about the chickens. Hey, this ain't the ancient world. So now people are looking like, well, most likely to make it stop raining for a whole year or two. Nah, man, famines are engineered in this time, man. Yeah. Like you're saying, besieging the city. So see what I'm saying?
Just like this,
it's gonna be engineered,
like,
bro.
Like we just
like those fires.
We just had two pretty prominent shootings happening in this general area. One that happened a little further north from here, right by where I stay. You had a young Jake walk into the liquor store, or to the actually there was 3 shootings, because there was one where the Jake walked into the liquor store and they caught him before he did the shooting, but he had the gun, and then they caught another young Jake walked into a convenience store, corner store, shot the clerk in the face after she gave him the loot. Shot her in the face.
Also, Biggie, give me the loot. Give me the loot.
She gave him the loot. And he plugged it anyway in the face. Then he walked outside and tried to steal a patron's car who was outside pumping the gas. The dude told him to, kick rocks. And he retreated when he didn't have to jump on dude. And when Buddy sat down in the car, he came back around and shot him in the face. Pulled him out GTA style and sped off in the car. They caught him later, from what I understand. And both of the people lived, so they'll live to tell on this nigga.
But still, that's a heavy judgment.
Yeah, and Jake is becoming that face of terror in the city. I'm sure it's happening in other cities too.
Oh yeah.
So the first time they ice one of these niggas, you know what I'm saying? Jake will lose their mind. But they've already set the stage for that. You know what I'm saying? Because they just had another shooting.
Even amongst Israelites with that dude out in Jersey recently.
Yeah.
The subway dude.
They just shot little Jake over here at the Wendy's, and he ran back to the school and told, got help. That all happened within 72 hours. All three of them shootings.
Hey, like I said,
The first days
when he was on the phone and shit on the jack. Hey, the love of many shall wax cold, man. Redeeming the time because the days are evil, man.
Right.
All right, we coming into some serious times. All right, this is the time to wake up, for our salvation is nearer than we believe, man. All right, all these things have to come to pass in order for the salvation of the elect of Israel. All right, so that's why you gotta have gratitude, pray without ceasing, and give thanks to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, all right, for the spiritual eye salve, all right, to have this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, man, because that's what's going to keep you stable in the times to come, man. We're literally at the cusp, all right, of JT, man. This is the beginning of sorrows, the beginning of evils, man. Who shall deliver me in those days, man?
Right.
All right? The spirit and power, the covering of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai.
Right.
You got that script,
yeah, right. And if you're watching and praying, you see in these times that what iniquities abounding, right? They want to legalize, the LGBTQ across the country. Right. They try to let these
trying to add letters too.
You see what I'm saying? They're trying to add letters, with these little weirdos going for the youngsters. You see what I'm saying? Right. So if iniquities abounding, what does the scripture say? The love of many is going to wax cold. So you're about to see cold ass shit. Like the brother said, man, the woman gave up the loot and still got popped.
Still got popped.
There used to be not really no honor amongst thieves, but there used to be a street code, man.
If I gave you the loot, nigga, you ain't supposed to shoot me.
If I gave you my wallet, like, god damn, nigga, you just
wanted to kill me.
Nigga, you just ruined my life. I gave you my wallet, nigga, and you gonna pop me too?
But when he told me, that's why I was like, she either had to do something in this life or in the last life. The
that's judgment.
Like, you're not going to get away from this one.
Right. Yeah.
You think, about giving the money, that's going to sit. That's the only reason when you getting robbed, right?
You get popped.
You're not trying to get popped. Give me this, or I'm going to put 2 hot ones in you.
Yeah.
All right, here you go, Op. And the nigga go, bang, bang, still. You like, why did I give you this? I might as well just afford my way out of it.
Just punch that nigga,
I should have held out. I
caught
should
the
have held
shells
out.
anyway.
But that's the curses, because thine eyes shall be evil towards thy brother.
Right.
Man.
Yeah. Con.
That's heavy, man. But that's the signs of the time.
Yeah, con. It is. I wanted to finish this Corinthians real quick, just a few more verses on it. But just speaking about how, if a man is tied to a woman, man, he spends his time pleasing her. Like on this Queen of Heaven Day, you got a lot of men running around, grabbing up flowers for their chick or doing the most for their chick today.
Yeah.
But you
niggas don't even talk to their mama. You gonna pull up to mama house like, hey mama, how
you trying to get that old thing back because your baby mother fucking the biggest drug dealer in your hood. So you like, let me post a Happy Mother's Day.
Right.
You've been always a good mother to our children.
You'll always be the mother of my children, baby. I love you forever.
Yo, come on, son.
Man, get the fuck
out. That's simp shit, bro.
Yeah. So Salakia, just wanted to read down a little further. This is down to 33, and it reads, Salakia, it's down to 33. But he that is married careth for the things that are of the world. He may please his wife.
It just went earlier, right? For us to use the world but not abusing it.
Right.
So if you dealing with a woman, you're caring for things of this world. Mm-hmm. So that's okay. You can have sex with her, do things what a woman's supposed to do. She's supposed to be in you. You know what I'm saying? But not abusing it, which is really that simple. You feel me? You constantly all up under your woman's ass, like Elder Apostle.
I can't come to camp. I got to take my lady to dinner.
Come on, man.
We got a movie date.
Right.
What?
Sorry, brother. I ain't gonna make it to camp. Me and Sheila we had little plans to have a picnic or something going on a walk.
Come on, son.
We going to this concert out in Denver.
Right. She did not birth you, man. And matter of fact, I'm gonna get that scripture in Corinthians while we,
I'm just gonna read 34 real quick. And it reads, there is a difference also between a wife and a virgin. An unmarried woman careth for the things of Yahweh, that she may be holy both in body and spirit. But she that is married careth for things of the world, how she may please her husband. But that could be not necessarily profitable to you, man.
Right.
All right. She might, how many times are you in accordance with your woman at home?
Right.
Y'all want to just do the same shit, or she agree with everything you want, or you drive.
Right.
You
But
drive,
Keisha, that's not gonna happen.
But Keisha, that's the
You going to
opposite.
camp? Hey, the police at your house the same. You already know. You already know.
So Salaki, let me get 35 real quick, and it reads, "And this I speak for your own profit, not that it may cast a snare upon you, but for that which is comely, that ye may attend upon Yahweh without distraction." So, really, man, we're circling all the way back to just this whole day. This ain't nothing but a distraction for you to go away and astray from Yahweh, man.
Right.
All right.
This is why it's saying in the scriptures, he that have a wife be as though he had none. You gotta not necessarily shit on the bitch, but you gotta kind of shit on the bitch.
Right.
Hey, Most High comes first. I gotta do my videos.
Well, that's
if
how
the brothers need
take
something, we
Right.
gonna help them.
They're gonna take it like you shitting on them.
Regardless, yeah.
They grew up
Especially Keisha.
with the Disney movie, the feminism.
You're not treating me like Ariel and shit. Bitch, get out of here.
I say this all the time to women. Like, listen, I can't be romantic because I'm not a Roman. I'm a Hebrew.
Right.
So,
Yeah,
there's no Roman a part of me. All of this, you know what I mean? So I could deal with you, but I'm already in a relationship.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? With the Most High.
Right.
You feel me? I'm trying to be presented as a chaste virgin unto Yahweh Shai, man, as the bridegroom, and he's the bride. I mean, we the bride and he the bridegroom, man.
Right.
All right. So when you start to come into this truth, we are not ignorant of Satan's devices. It's a device. Feminism is a device.
Right.
Of the so-called white men, man. You Edomites, man. You know what I mean? So, thinking that you're equal or above, the man is completely off. You see what I'm saying? Because the Most High had a specific order on this earth, and when there's no order, this is when chaos ensues. See, and the governing body, well, Yahweh Shah first, and then through the governing body, is going to establish order with a rod of iron and smite the nations, man. All right,
not no subtle shit like order application.
Right, and they don't teach you that in no wacky tacky Christianity, man. All right, on how what's the name, that the righteous shall be scarcely saved, but there shall be many slain of the Lord, man. All right, so this ain't no gumdrops and lollipops, man. Yeah, man. This ain't Candyland like the game we used to play. Nah, this is real life, real raw, real talk. All right. I got a quick scripture, and then we'll get into this. Is 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 8. For the man is not of the woman, but the woman of the man. Neither was the man created for the woman, but the woman for the man. So that's clear cut. Simple. You was created for us. Why did he create Eve, man, to be a helpmate unto the man? That is your role. That is you in your your divine feminine energy. You're in your natural state and most of y'all not women. Y'all are just grown females, because the word woman is a title. When you go into the etymology of the word woman, it means female servant. Right. And y'all ain't serving y'all men, y'all serving the beast system. Esau, man. All right. So that's going into this whole play of this Mother's Day pagan holiday shit, all right, and this whole abortion wickedness, man. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because y'all think like y'all have some type of rights. You see what I'm saying? Everybody's gonna be a servant, right? And you're gonna have to have sacrifices, all right? Meaning you're either going to be served the Most High through His Son, or you're gonna serve Mammon, which the money. Right. Which really goes in full circle with all false gods, right? Idolatry.
Which is going back to that word husband, which is what? Husbandry, farming. You're going to be a servant.
Yeah. So if the woman is not serving a man, she's serving something else, man. Okay. All right? And the Most High is not dealing with y'all on the level of y'all reading and teaching the scriptures and so on and so forth as how you're treating your man. You see what I'm saying? Because you're going to be saved by what? Childbearing, right? As it reads in 1 Timothy. Okay. All right?
Would you mind Or do you still hold that?
We'll bring that out real quick.
I got you.
Just kind of the circle tie thing back.
Yeah, I got a question.
Did you want me to bring that up?
Are you guys YouTubers?
No, I mean, yeah, we on YouTube, but we not
YouTubers
like
like that.
no Mr.
We ain't
Beast,
monetized or nothing
and
like
we
that.
not giving
really?
nobody no
Yeah,
money.
no, we just teach the truth.
It's totally free. Yeah, we just teaching the Bible, man.
I like that.
That's what's up. Salaki, go ahead, bro. Bring that out.
This is Luke 23, and I'm going to start at 28, and this is red letter, so it's out of Yahushai's mouth, it's in prophesying. And it says, But Yahushai said unto them, Daughters of Jerusalem, weep not for me, but weep for yourselves and for your children. For behold, the days are coming in the which they shall say, Blessed are the barren, and the wombs that never bear, and the paps which never give suck.
So this was talking about going back into him prophesying what was to come in 70 AD, but we can also relate this to the times that we coming into through wisdom in the spirit, because when the economy collapsed, right, and they're trying to bring out the Great Reset and bring out the digital dollar, there has to be a buffer period, which is going to cause a lot of tribulation, right, as this ushers into this new system. All right. So with that being said, all right, when and many they then shall they be known who is my chosen, because they're going to be spoiling people's goods and going into men's houses, sparing none, acting like wild men, roughly paraphrasing. All right. What do you think is going to happen to little babies, man? Even in the curses in Deuteronomy 28, when they shall besiege the city, right? You shall eat the flesh of your sons and daughters, all right? Roughly paraphrasing it, for the lack of bread. Cannibalism is coming back, having a big comeback, man. Right? You can't fathom that now, right? But a nation, that have no vision, the people perish. So we're supposed to be able to envision, you know what I'm saying? You never seen, maybe other than some type of Edomite horror movie or something, of people, eating other people or whatever. I've never seen it, in my face per se. But this is what's really going to be happening. And we actually have historical examples. Remember, the things that was written before time was written for our learning. What was it with the shorty?
Well, it's gonna be worse in the Middle East, because in the Middle East, at least they'll wait to get a meal. They got cattle, they got livestock. You know what I'm saying? Like, we didn't see nobody getting eaten. You know what I'm saying? So just imagine how much worse it's going to be here. You see, this is why I say that, because think about it. You a young man, no wife, no kids. You don't have that luggage and that burden when you're trying to hide from God knows what, the troops, whoever. You know what I'm saying? You got a little kid. All he has to do is, boom, boom, boom.
Right.
They got your ass.
Right.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah, because he sends you out.
It's that simple,
Harmless as wise as serpents. Man.
Right.
So look, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of our time. Certain things ain't gonna be expedient or wise to do when we shall be as pilgrims upon the earth, man.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Because you're gonna have to think too, like, man, you're gonna be we're gonna be.
That's why women gonna ask you too.
Right. That's why women are gonna ask, because they're gonna witness things too, like,
and they're gonna know their burden. They're gonna know their burden too.
And they the only one that get out, and they like, oh my God, I'm going straight to Taza Client house, because they just witnessed their whole family get taken out by metalhead, so to speak.
Right.
For those of you who know what I'm talking about, those robotic dogs that they've weaponized, or even by those monsters among men type machines, they bust in your crib and take out everybody. Man, that's gonna be a terrifying thing for any woman who's in the know or has any good sense. She gonna be out. You know what I'm saying? She gonna be straight. I think I heard about this once before. Even though it was pillow talk or something between you and her, she gonna be like, I'm going to that nigga's house.
He said something similar.
Yeah,
I think he said something about this. I'm going right there.
Well, that you said you got something, right?
Yeah, I was holding something.
Did you finish that?
No.
I could actually read the 31 because it's all red letter.
Go ahead, bro.
It says, then shall they begin to say to the mountains, fall on us, and to the hills cover us. Verse 31. If they do these things in a green tree, what shall be done in the dry?
Man.
See, so what's going to happen in the worst times?
Do y'all even understand that?
He said, they do this.
The green tree,
even when in the time of life, when things is good,
it's symbolic. Yeah. The green tree is flourishing. Things are flourishing.
The economy's good. Society's going.
Right.
Niggas ain't just grabbing your ass yet.
Right.
The green trees bear fruit. So, you know, a dry tree like this tree right in front of us right now,
Right.
you see what I'm saying? That's not going to bear no fruit.
Right.
You know what I'm
Work
saying?
is still fruitful for y'all. You see what I'm saying?
Well, see, that's why the scriptures say, and suddenly shall the sown places seem unsown, man. All right, and that's that orchestrated famines that the elite is doing, because what? The devil is coming down to us with great wrath. Which Revelation 12 and 12.
Which for people who don't understand what we're saying, that's why your economy this week alone dropped thousands upon thousands of points.
Right.
Spoken about.
One day like 900, one day like 1100.
Right. That's why the ships that should be on their way here with goods filled with goods are much smaller than they should be, and they didn't talk about that on the mainstream media. Right. Go ahead.
I got 2 cents just to add. Yeah, just
to
add to that. So the Fed, Jerome Powell, see, Apostle Tahar said, which he does all the time, you got to get into your financial analytics, right? Your economists, people, Esau, because remember, their tongue shall fall upon themselves.
They tell themselves,
right?
Man.
So when you go, you have to understand money. Most of our people do not understand money, all right? So the Fed's chairman, CEO, Jerome Powell, came out that they were, it was supposed to be 0.75% increased interest rate, but it was only 0.5. So investors and traders in the stock market was looking at, okay, I'm charging people, loaners, right, or loanees, or whatever you want to say, the people that's getting credit from the banks and this and that and the third, they're going to be paying more money in interest to the banks, which is going to cause more money to fuel the economy. It didn't happen at the 0.75, but it went down to the 0.5, right? So it was like, it's a little something, but then it shot up 1,100 points in the Dow. Yeah. You know, the major U.S. markets are the Dow, the S&P 500, the NASDAQ.
What do they call that? Quantitative
easing. Yeah.
When they boost a certain thing up to try and hide the sharp drops, so to speak, to try and balance it out, so that the market, what really is just insider trading taking place, which is illegal.
And that's why this whole place,
and the system's gonna fail because of that too.
You got rich is about to see.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's Ciroc 10 and 8.
Us can't just get rich by investing in stocks. Those they inside trade, which is illegal. You see what I'm saying? They have, it's not. That's why they say, you know, in New York, you can make it here, you can make it anywhere, right? But it ain't who you know, it's who know you. You feel me? So if you know somebody that is a high in a hedge firm somewhere else, and he's like, yo, we're making this big merge of this company and this company, so
which goes to show
put as much bread as you can, and then take it out on this date, and you can make an easy $3 million in 72 hours.
Which goes to show you too, if you remember, when all of them gamers got together and did
that
GameStop, and they tried to shut the shit down.
And then they tried to shut it down, and then you had.
Well, they had to do some quantitative easing because GameStop couldn't pay all that shit back.
Then you had all the, basically you had all of the insider traders come out and cry on the airwaves about how that was so unfair. When they do that every day.
Every day.
That's why this place is bunch of hypocrites and liars. Oh, there's money for everybody.
Right.
No, they
ain't. As soon as some money got kicked back to the people, they was tight.
Capitalism is all about you taking money from somebody else and putting it in your pocket. Yes, the Federal Reserve can constantly print more money. You see what I'm saying?
But it devalues the money that's at hand.
Exactly. So it's not no unlimited
I just
supply.
printed 3 extra trillion. So your 30 million it spends less.
Which is really all that Babylon's doing. So when they for people who don't understand inflation, that's what it is. I mean, that's how it works. The money has no value. Kind of almost the same as in the days of Acts, when the denarii was borderline useless, man.
Right.
It was no good.
Well, I got a quick script.
Hey guys, I like this, but I gotta go.
We'll catch you, man. Take care.
I like you guys.
Be safe.
Yeah. Just stay up on the YouTube. Watch us on the YouTube, man.
I got you.
All right.
I know that kid. Yeah, I actually double-legged his ass at the school because I did. He was whooping his grandparents. He's light in the mind. You know what I'm saying? He's not all the way there.
Okay.
And when it was an Edomite lady that made him go left in the first place, but I know his family and everything. So, Lord willing, he just can learn he's an Israelite. His name is actually Yasharahla. Yeah, big old kid. Big tall lady.
Yeah, he walked out. I looked over. I'm like, oh shit, this is 6'5" nigga right here.
Yeah, he's about 6'6", 6'7", something like that. He don't have no athletic prowess because he can't.
Yeah, if he did, he wouldn't
put it all
together
together
with us stuff. That's
yeah.
why the Most High had to put it on him like that.
One of the curses, the Lord shall smite thee
with
madness, blindness, and astonishment
then
of heart.
he got a younger sister. She goes to school. I think she's a senior. But yeah, she got claimed from one of y'all.
Okay.
Yeah, no worries.
So this is Second Ezra chapter 15. I'm gonna start at verse 15.
Okay.
Matter of fact, I'll start at verse 11. But I will bring them with a might. Who's them? What's the name? Well, let me keep reading so you can get the good context.
Right.
But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. All right. So when you go into Revelation, what is that? Chapter 11. All right. Spiritually, Saddam in Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified. This place, America, which is Babylon the Great, is also many other places in the same spirit or reincarnation of other empires, man. All right, which would be one of them is Egypt. All right, because this is nothing but oppression and slavery, just like the
you
old
got the obelisk in DC.
Obelisk in DC.
There's one in Central Park, I think, in New York.
In New York, the Washington Monument.
You look at the House of Representatives, the White House. It all looks like what?
Washington Monument. There's one there's many, and to be honest, it goes to show you too. I always kind of like the Assassin's Creed games, particularly because there's one in London, which kind of is that what do they like to call it? The financial branch of what everything is. There's one in Egypt. That's a big one, and then the one in DC. But you got several. There's several other smaller ones around, but the three major ones are in DC, Egypt, and London. They got these big old operas that are just ridiculous. And that actually goes back to a man's rod. And that goes back. And it goes back to symbolize a man's rod. So that's what I'm trying to show you that we have power over here. When you're looking at this Washington Monument, you're like, what is that shit? Why?
And it's really some old ass ancient freaky shit.
You know what I mean?
So what's the name? The Most High is going to send plagues upon this place, man. And the plagues already started. Whether you had the eyes to see.
Matthew 24, this is the beginning of sorrows. We got wars, rumors of wars, famine, pestilence, earthquakes in diverse places.
It's getting hot in the Middle East.
But he said what? Be not dismayed, because the end is not yet.
This summer, I'm speaking as a man, but I'm just saying, like, watching the little informational piece I was watching on what's going on in the Middle East, that shit is a tinderbox. And it's going to spark up again because it has to. Joel 3.
That motherfucker's a house of cards, bro. One of them motherfucking tips.
It's going to light up.
It's like Jenga.
Continuing on, verse 12. Egypt shall mourn. See, this place is mirthy right now, a house of mirth. But it just said Egypt is going to mourn, man. So this whole place of America is going to be, what is it called for the skillful lamenters, right? Which is your women.
Lament,
you know what I mean? Yeah.
And I mean, we might bitch and complain every week.
Well, we're supposed to.
Yeah, right.
But,
but maybe we do it a lot.
We're professional.
Complaining. Prophets is,
and we're not supposed to stop. But I'm going to say it again. Colorado as a state is the second most difficult state to live in the United States right now.
Because of housing inflation.
And people are so aware of it that even the Edomites here are like, damn.
Well, look.
Well, they're thinking about going up the road to Wyoming or whatever.
Look, the banks is still. I work at a construction job.
Right.
What constantly, before you can build the houses, you got to get the sewer line shit ready and this and that.
You got to lay the foundation.
Yeah, the foundation and all that. So all on the north side and the west side, northwest side, for real, they keep continually building as if the economy is strong and people that means they're either giving loans out to people knowing that people ain't going to pay it back.
That's what it is.
You feel me? And it's creating a major bubble. You see what I'm saying?
Which will happen
and people going to have to default or there's going to be hyperinflation. So there's on
a lot of them houses are never going to get sold.
Yeah. Well, hey, what does the scripture say that, Well, there's a couple.
But what that does is it keeps the supply chain going. It keeps the contractors working, the electricians working. It keeps this brother working, so that they can stimulate the economy.
Like us who are doing that work, there's not enough of them that can buy them houses. So they basically building up all kinds of shit that people can't afford. That's what's happening.
They're literally building up a Jenga building for the most high just to tear it down. Like
while they're pushing people out of the affordable shit. So it just creates this. Man, listen.
Shall build a house and another man shall dwell.
Right. Yep. And I'm telling you, these Edomites, they know what's up, and they are the ones like we are creating this problem, and they're like we gonna have. And believe me, they even want it to change so that their neighborhoods that were once homely, safe neighborhoods that you never saw a homeless motherfucker in, they want it to change so that they don't have to deal with it. That's how bad shit is out this way.
If you can get up to Sean Hector, talking about the complaining, how the Israelites complained and the Most High heard them. Okay. And then after that, getting Ezekiel chapter 9 about those that sigh and cry for the abominations done thereof. But I'm going to continue in this.
Yeah, no, you're good. I still got a separate. Okay. Really, when we're done, this could hook it, bring it all back.
All right, say less. So this is verse 12 again. Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that Yahweh shall bring upon it. So what is the foundation of America? What was America founded on? The pillaging of the Gadites, Reubenites, Issacharites, North American Indians.
I mean, they don't like to say that, but let's be honest.
Yeah,
right?
and the hard slave labor of Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. It was primarily Judah, and the upkeep and maintenance of Issachar, Asher, Ephraim, Manasseh, Salakia. What else? You know, all the Latin tribes, man. All right, that was the foundation. So he's going to smite with the plague, right? So in a spiritual sense, you see what I'm saying? Which the prophets is doing now, even them trying to please, you know, the hearts of the poor, as it speaks in the book of Job. All right, this the man of sin is being revealed, man. All right, I got it. So we sending, you know, spiritual bow and arrow, so to speak. You know what I mean, to all the lies, man. Your critical race history, which is actually, you know, critical facts, man. Critical historical facts, man. All right, so continuing on, verse 13, they that till the ground shall mourn. What's happening right now? The farmers are being paid by. This you could just if that.
I just didn't.
They just killed what 37 million chickens and shit. We just read that.
Exactly. And what do you think they doing? They mourning because they ain't gonna have no harvest, man. They have to literally destroy it. And whatever check they might have got
from the government,
from the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation or some shit. They going.
It's beating up their conscience. They're like, we know people ain't gonna be able to eat.
Now you got bread. Now you got money, but you ain't got no food. So
what do you? How should I say? Hey, what is the profit of man that gain the whole world to lose his soul? So you got that fat ass Bill Gates check, 1 or 2, 3 billion, but you like, damn, I know I'm making about probably 30 million people starve somewhere.
Yeah, but hey, the love of money is the root of all evil, man. For a little check, you willing to see people because when you drive to the supermarket, you're gonna see a bunch of homeless. You feel me? It's a domino. You ever seen the butterfly effect? Or one little thing that you do affects the resonance of the vibration of the whole earth, man. Because why do you think the prophets is out here and just through the word we're bringing down this kingdom, man?
Right.
We sending out that positive, righteous vibration through the spirit of power, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. And what is that doing, man? It's literally destroying this place, man.
It's making that word come to light. You know, so you're going to see that reincarnation of the Great Depression, where you have motherfuckers just trying to get a little bowl of soup.
You're going to see
standing in line all day, bro.
It's been, but they say it's gonna be worse than
that. Worse? Because there ain't gonna be no soup.
I've been to Walmart for the last 3 months. Every time I go to Walmart, bro, there ain't no eggs. Now I haven't eaten like a scrambled egg, bro, in 3 months.
No, I'm not gonna lie to you.
Because there's no eggs in the
store. So
you said
hey, I'll have you have a camp, dog. Because I literally just got.
I know best eggs.
I
in the
ate
city.
eggs at the house for the first time. My stepmother, she ain't popped no eggs in the last 2-3 weeks.
Because I'm gonna tell you,
There had to be no eggs
in the neighborhood, because we live in the same general area.
Yeah, come on.
And in the general, so they did this where they put King Supers for like, I think it's roughly 300,000 people, 30,000 people. One King Super should feed 30,000 some odd people, right?
Yeah.
There's 2 in our general vicinity, so that means there's roughly 60,000, give or take, in our general areas. There's always some shit missing, which obviously means the numbers ain't right. So our areas are overcrowded. There's more people in our area than they say there is, and there's not enough food to feed everybody. That's the first thing that came to mind. Was like, damn, if there ain't been no eggs in 3 months,
you gotta start going to the white people section.
Yeah,
go to their
bro.
Walmart.
You gotta
go to their
start
King
going up
Supers,
north.
man.
But the
Start
fun
looking
thing
at them.
that's supposed to be the white people section. There's not too many black
Yeah.
men. You feel me? That
Where
live
we-
on
But you know
Yeah.
what? You know what I'm talking about? That white people section,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
yeah.
I buy past powers.
you
You
gotta
know,
go 10
Benning
blocks.
Lewis
You gotta
and
go
shit.
5 blocks up
new
north.
houses,
Yeah,
new money
yeah.
type shit.
Or you gotta go out the fountain to the
Right.
or
Monument, because they barely even drink out there.
Yeah, you gotta
But
go
we don't.
shop.
Hey,
You
but
gotta
that's
go
the
shop
spirit, because it's
outside
gonna
the
get
hood.
worse. Niggas might have to go to Pueblo or Aurora. Nigga,
Hey,
who knows?
well, look at this, right? Look what the scripts say, because in verse 13 again, they that till the ground shall mourn, for their seed shall fail through the blasting and hail, and with a fearful consolation. Verse 14, woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. You see, like for instance, with this whole Roe versus Wade,
Right.
you know, your anti-abortion versus your pro-life,
Right,
you know,
pro-life.
anti-life. You know, it could get to the point where they hire provocateurs. You know what I'm saying?
Coming out there with the heat.
And just with the stick and bang bang, and because this is why we're not supposed to be in, or at least Israelites.
We're not supposed to meddle in all affairs.
Nah, that's not our affair. We know what the scriptures say, what is right from wrong, clean from unclean. They going off, a woman's going off, and she has I'm not giving my
He got a shotgun on his back, bro. I'm not gonna cap. I'm looking.
He got
something in there, bro.
He got pool sticks.
Yeah,
There's a pool hole
pool
there.
hole, yeah.
Okay. He's a little pool junkie.
But he's flexing for somebody.
Yeah. So, we're not supposed to be giving our 2 cents to random people in order, because things are so divided. In America right now, you say, like, yo, you're not supposed to kill no baby. A woman might slap the shit out of you or get so heated. Like, you literally believe that shit?
I'm not giving you no pussy.
You're patriarchal. You know what I mean? So,
hey, what did the elders always tell us? Hey, cast not your pearls amongst swine.
Right.
They said turn around and rind you.
Yeah.
And this is that time where they're going to really rind your ass.
Yeah.
It's not going to just be like, okay, well, that's what you believe. And now it's like, you don't deserve to live because you believe that shit. It's kind of like, whoa.
Hell yeah. Verse 15.
Slow down, short.
Well, verse 16. For there shall be sedition amongst men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, for because of their pride the city shall be troubled, and the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. This is the point, and I'll leave it here. Verse 19. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for the great tribulation. So when we keep saying the prophets, starting with the elders and apostles of great millstone and the likened camps of the same doctrine of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, when they're saying a famine is coming, it's not just, you're not going to be able to eat. There's going to be violence that follows this, man.
Yep.
They're going to spoil your goods, come to you with the sword because of lack of bread, man. All right? And another way of saying of spoiling goods, the pirates would say,
booty,
man.
I knew where you was going with that. That's spirit.
I mean, that's what you
going with that.
Give me the booty. Like, it's the same as...
We're going to get some booty today.
And hey, man, booty. But the reason that's even a thing is because women was a part of that booty.
That's very true.
So if we came on your ship, the 3 brothers, and we marauded your ship, we'd be like, present the booty, son.
Yeah.
And that means I want all your goods.
All your goods.
And the women.
Yeah.
Bring them all over.
Yeah, because they would have...
You gonna giggle at you.
Often. Yeah, we'll laugh at when your calamity comes.
He one of the Middle Eastern. He's an Ishmaelite.
Yeah, he looked like Ishmael.
That's all right, because if he would have decided to come stand here, we'd have eviscerated him. But do you gotta?
I got Exodus 3 for this brother right here.
I'm just holding Ephesians 6. Right.
Well, get Ephesians 6, and then we'll get that one because I still want that Ezekiel.
All right. Did you want to sit, bro? We slide that out your way if you want to sit there.
All your stuff you need for your YouTube channel.
It's all good.
See you guys.
Let me I'm just gonna get this Ephesians and just.
Hey, you want to see if it's charging or not?
Is
Your phone?
I think so.
It might have died out on me. It's a little cheap fucking brick.
Yeah,
It's good.
Yeah, we had 19, so
This
probably
could be the last one.
Yeah, a couple.
Unless you want to get your.
I got the Exodus form, and then we get
I got a
Ezekiel.
question. I'm watching your channel. Listen, if you have 1K subscribers and 40,000 watch hours, and that's how you need to get monetized.
We're not really looking to get.
Hey, the Bible says, "Buy the truth, sell it not." So we're not like trying to profit off this.
Yeah.
Other than through the Heavenly Father, what He give us, if He give us something.
Yeah, really? we're not really looking to do that.
Yeah, see,
because this place is gonna pass away, man. This place is done for. Just watch the news. You see what I'm saying? You can tell. So why would we store up? Oh, let's try to let's get some Ferraris and Bentleys and hella subscribers and shit, and go spend money up when we know this world is gonna change. That don't make sense.
Yeah. Well, because let me tell you, I'm a YouTuber too, right? I make YouTube videos, and I just hit 5K on YouTube, and I make videos, and I'm trying to be an entertainer, and I'm trying to make it different too.
I feel you.
Yeah.
Hey man, get you following, do something. This is Ephesians 6 and 1. All right, just kind of circle back to what we was getting into originally. How you supposed to honor your parents as it is. All right. This is Ephesians 6 and 1, and it reads, "Children, obey your parents in Yahweh, for this is right. Honor thy father and mother, which is the first commandment with promise." All right.
So what was the promise? That the days of your life may be long.
Right.
Right. And we have spiritual mothers and fathers too, starting with the apostles and elders on down.
Right. Which is why we commend double honors under the elders.
But you listen to what they say, you obey them. What are you doing? You elongating your days. You're doing those things pleasing unto the Spirit.
Most importantly, trying to earn the admiration of Yahweh.
The spiritual father Yahweh, and our mother being Jerusalem, which the law comes out of, which set up elders and stuff out of that, you know.
Right.
But this is why it makes sense why so many young Negro, Latino, Native Americans are dying. Because it has to be them not honoring their father and their mother, man.
Right.
The days is getting cut short at 12, 13, 16, 18, 25 for a reason, man.
Well, think about it. These ghetto kids still love their babies somewhat. And they'll go hang out with that gang, baby. What do you do? Go hang out with the gang. You disobeyed. Got smoked.
These kids look like they was at the Y.
I sent them to
24-hour fitness. And they all, every kid in the video got a pole, or at least one pole on.
Nah, they was.
I saw that too before you sent it. That was at a high school gym in Chicago.
No metal detector, and all of them, like y'all not about to shoot up the school. So what are y'all? They doing it for the hoes, man.
Right.
And for other niggas, you see what I'm saying? Like, yeah, he got the strap.
Like in the
it was one that looked like he was in 9th grade, bro. He lifted up his shirt. He had a Tech 9. I'm like, what the fuck you need that for?
These kids is wilding. Then they just.
What do you need a Tech 9 for, bro?
It's dumb because all y'all about to get expelled, man.
Yeah, for real. You
Stupid.
Moron.
Stupid.
That's
nigga.
But not just that.
Stupid.
Esau Edom see it, bro. Esau Edom like, hey, we just gonna bomb that part of Chicago.
Yeah, like hold
we
up.
didn't even go door to door, nigga.
Yo,
we
school
bombing y'all
get
niggas.
raided next week, you dummies. All right, got your whole school about to get raided now. But Salah, this is down to 3. That it may be well with thee, and that thou mayest live long on earth. And ye fathers provoke not your children to wrath, but bring them up in nurture and the moderation of Yahweh. All right, so there's an order to, fortunately, I was able, not my whole life, but my father was able to get his hands on me at a young age and be like, listen, this is the way.
Well, that's a true nurturing.
Right.
You feel me? Basically, he was teaching you to fear the Lord.
Right. That's better than Mama's kid.
You know what I'm saying?
Elder Malcolm shouted out Yada the other day.
Yeah.
Yo, when the man was 13 years old, he got this information.
Yeah, that's why he said
and he hit the ground. Yeah, Gotta was a badass.
But he hasn't put the Bible down since.
But he hasn't. And he's grieved his enemy every day since. You know what I'm saying? These Edomites, they be, you know, so shout out to the brother he ain't with us today. But hey, man, he done grieved the enemy for years due to the fact that, you know, my father was, my physical father and spiritual father did that for him, man. All right, that's admiration and love, nurture. Servants, be obedient to them that are your masters according to the flesh, with fear and trembling, in singleness of your heart, as unto the Mashiach.
Hey, Salakia, just to land back on what you just said earlier, because when I was young and a babe in the truth, and I'm still pretty much a babe. I haven't been in this thing for longer than 6-7 years. You know, but I'm thankful for what the Most High has given me thus far, and I've been able to continue to teach. But I actually was mad at my parents for not knowing and teaching me that I was an Israelite and the correct commandments of the scriptures. You know what I'm saying?
I'm trying to sign, but I don't know.
You got them flowers and it seems like we supposed to. This is all this Mother's Day shit. Anyway, so I'm saying that, like, you feel me? Like, so I had to grow up and I can't be mad, you know what I mean? That's just how it was. They lied, it was set up, you know what I mean?
Set up like that.
You know what I mean? I was a 4-time Gentiles in the flesh, but born again and, coming to that right state of mind.
What's the scripture say? Like, one of a house, like two of a city, or something like that? The Most High shall save, or whatever?
Mm-hmm. You know,
just to show you the scarcity of this knowledge and wisdom and understanding.
Salakia, not with our service as man-pleasers, but as servants of the Mashiach, doing the will.
Not as our service as man-pleasers, man. Yeah. You are trying to please your mother by, and look what
here's your flowers, mama.
Yeah, or your father. If mothers and fathers, they come around, you don't get them something.
Like, yo,
you know what I mean? You vexing your kids if you're trying to guilt them from not getting you something on some Mother's Day or Father's Day.
My mother does it to me every year.
You ain't called right.
My mama locked up. I'm not worried about that.
Yeah, my mother does it to me.
I'll be real.
Bro, my mother
it's easy to please my mom. She just want to talk.
Yeah.
I say, hey, what's up, mom?
No, my mom started hitting me with them. You ain't giving me a card since you was 12 years old.
Yeah. I remember them days you got me a jewelry set with the matching earrings.
And listen,
you and your dad went and got me that makeup kit. Man, get out of here.
Man. I used to be killing niggas out here. All right, just be happy I'm alive. You heard? Like, you gotta stop being so needy.
This brother said, "I am your gift, mama." What the fuck?
For real, I'm praying for you. All right, Salakia, but like it reads. Not as our service as men pleasers, but as servants of the Mashiach, doing the will of the Mashiach from the heart, all right, from the mind, so to speak, which is what we're doing today. You know, it's how many people I have barbecues or this or that or whatever, and we took the time out of our day to make sure we made an appearance here and cut down this nonsense, man.
Right, the apartment complex was smelling good. It was hella barbecue.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn.
Man, I was just sitting there
because the mothers was commanding their husbands. I want to
get out there on the grill, nigga.
Yeah, I want to
throw some coals on that bitch.
If you want pussy in the month of May,
and that's and like I had read that earlier. That's what a lot of it goes back to. A lot of these niggas just simping to get some booty. It's down to 7, and with good will doing service as to Yahweh. And not to men, all right? Because that's what we do. We serve Yahweh before we serve, the ways of men. We don't. If my mother gonna be upset with me for not sending her a card today, then so be it. If my baby mother, if I got a baby mom somewhere out there, whatever, same to her. Like, this by all means don't mean that I care about her any less because I ain't bring her a card or some flowers. But niggas be simping and can't just be a man about the shit. Right.
The best way, honestly, from a wise father or mother, right, is for your children to please you, is if they really staying out of prison. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Taking care of whatever they got to take care of, their responsibilities.
Your grandbabies.
And the greatest thing, you feel me, is really, pleasing the Most High, doing the work of the Lord.
What other service is there that's more pleasing?
This is our reasonable. This is why we're here.
Dirty duty,
this is
man.
why we're on earth.
This is Ephesians 6 and 8, and it reads, knowing that whatsoever good thing any man doeth, the same shall he receive of Yahweh, whether he be bond or free. And ye masters do the same thing unto them, forbearing, threatening, Salaki, knowing that your masters also in heaven, neither is there respecters of persons with him. All right. So, there's no special, agreements with the Most High, man. We're all subject to the law. So if you decide you're going to go out off script, you can't really be mad if some off script shit happened to you. Yep. Just saying. You know what I'm saying? Down to 10. Finally, my brethren, be strong in Yahweh and the powers of his might. Put on the whole armor of Yahweh, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. All right? For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and powers, against rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. All right? I'm just going to finish here. Let's see. On 13. Wherefore take upon you the whole armor of Yahweh, that ye may be able to withstand the evil day. All right? And having done all to stand. Which circles back to what I was reading on for the last 20 minutes or so about basically getting from A to B from Jacob's trouble, man. All right? Having this armor of the Lord and this wisdom and understanding and knowledge to move forward and how to conduct yourself, that's going to be the divider between the elect and the 1/3 and the niggas who just is out here as cannon fodder. Lord willing, this was edifying. You got anything else you want to add?
Right, and that whole armor goes to show you real quick though that this truth ain't just one thing. It's a lifestyle. It's who you are. You know what I mean? That's what you got. The breastplate of righteousness,
right. The
helmet of salvation, the shield of faith. You see, it takes a lot. You know what I'm saying? It's not just, I know I'm a Hebrew, this, that, and the third. Because a lot of out of that 1 million, most niggas just like, I'm a Hebrew. That's all I got to do.
Yeah.
But that's not the case.
Hey man, it's more to it.
You got to study to show thyself approved. You got to feed the sheep. You got to be a brotherly brother.
You want to bring out that last scripture?
Yeah, I got you. I'm still holding it. It's Exodus chapter 3 and verse 7. I think is where you want it.
It's the last verse. It's the last 2 or 3 verses.
That's like bug out right there,
The one, this one where it says,
yeah.
And when he heard, I think it was on 3 or 4. I think it was at the very last.
He's locked 23, 24, 25, right? Exodus 2.
This is Exodus 2 and 23, and it says, and it came to pass in the process of time that the king of Egypt died, and the children of Israel sighed by reason of bondage, and they cried, and their cry came up unto Yahweh by reason of bondage. And Yahweh heard their groaning, and Yahweh remembered his covenant with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And Yahweh looked upon the children of Israel, and Yahweh had respect unto them.
Right. So look, we going through what? We're in bondage of these bodies, and we're in bondage under Esau, Edom, man. So we are constantly groaning in the spirit. I'm constantly like my lower back. You know what I'm saying? I'm constantly gotta go to the plantation, go work for Esau, the slave master.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Like I'm broke, everything.
Yeah.
And when we say that, Esau not necessarily a boss, but he controls the financial system.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So we're done. Yeah, we done. So I mean, that's pretty much what it is. We do complain. That's why we're saying every single day, so that he can deliver us from Egypt. Exodus 2.0.
Hear our cries, how much we outside, man. All right.
Well, spiritually, we back in the same place. We in spiritual Egypt, spiritual Babylon, and we hey, Most High, this shit sucks.
Did you have anything else, brother?
No, that was it.
All right, man. That being said, we first and foremost want to give all praises, honor, and glory until
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakah, Quadash.
All right, we're going to give double honors unto the elders of GMS, who are the true leaders of Israel, whether you can accept them or not. All right, we also want to extend a sincere salam to all our Akim who are out there pushing this word and truth with truth and sincerity to the four corners and four winds of the earth. All right, to you, Akim, and Akim out there who are doing that with sincerity and learning in silence and subjection to you who say shalom. All right, in the Bible ball.